Okay, hello.
No,
Hi, Piotr.
I can hear you. Hi, Marta. So if I can hear you, I guess everybody hear us as well.
Exactly. I think we can start now.
Yeah, it's 2
Yes.
o'clock.
Okay. Welcome everybody on our webinar about Grenton Smart Home System.
We have got 26 attendees. That's nice.
Exactly.
Different countries. Hello to everybody.
So our meetings in the past and 1 year ago exactly, before the pandemic times, were a little bit different. We were present in a lot of events like trade fairs, trainings, and presentations all over the world. But now online meetings have become the part of our work and our normality. It surely has also a lot of benefits because now we communicate faster and we are more flexible in our meetings. So that's why also last year we have started our webinars and we will continue doing them also this year, as we can see that there is a lot of interest lately in this form of presentations, let's say. My name is Marta Lipiec-Panazzolo and I'm Key Account Manager in Grenton Export Department. I have joined the company and the smart home world last year after 10 years of experience in HVAC sector. I will conduct this webinar with Peter. Hello, Peter, again.
Hello again. Yes, so I work as a business development manager in Grenton since 2 years. However, my experience in smart home is slightly longer. It's over 15 years right now. So I have got a bit of experience starting as an engineer, then programmist, then some designing of the projects. And currently I work in Grenton and I try to develop products as well. So today, the agenda, let me show you the agenda of this training. Marta will tell about Grenton for the first 10 minutes. After that, I try to explain you about smart home basics, not regarding only to the Grenton system, but as a general smart home idea. After that, Marta will explain how it looks like this smart system in Grenton. After that, I will show you the wiring point of view in system. We will try to cover all the topics about the smart home during this webinar. So there will be some installation things. After that, Marta will explain you how important is how the Grenton controllers looks like and what they can do, because this is pretty much the most important for end user. So that will be the part from end user point of view. After this, I will show you the configuration of the system, the software. That will be the longest part, about half an hour. Also, the intention of this part is not only not showing you how programming, but how flexible is the system, how easy is to do some programming parts, and you will have the overview how it looks like environment of Grenton system, also with software. On the end of the presentation, Marta will show you some Grenton system samples. So you will see how it looks like systems in real. All webinars should take about 90 minutes, and really I hope that every every aspect of how smart home will be covered at least a little bit. Of course, during the training, you should be able to see the chat area. I know you can because I had some hello messages already. Please use that for any questions. If you ask us, we won't be able to answer during this webinar. However, we will answer your questions after that. Also, any questions related to partnership with Grenton, please drop us an email to webinar@grenton.com. So that is about our agenda today for 90 minutes. Now Marta will tell you something about our company.
Yes, before we start about our system, few words about Grenton and about who we are. We were established in 2011 and our company is based in Krakow in Poland. Now we are the first smart home player here in Poland. And how did we achieve it? From the beginning, we were concentrated on providing not only very good product, but also to spread the knowledge about smart home. And that's why we have trained more than 2,000 installers. And now we have almost 600 authorized dealers, not only in Poland, but also all over the world. Here you can see this map and some part of Europe where you can see where are localized our dealers and distributors, but we work really globally. We work, for example, with partners in Middle East, in Africa, and we are still actively searching for new partners because we believe and we can see that the smart home market becomes very big, is growing, because customers all over the world are looking for smart home solutions. So we can build the smart home market together and create new opportunities together. Last year, our company was awarded by Deloitte as one of the 50 fastest growing technology companies in the Central Europe. We were placed on the 28th position in this report. And we are very proud of it because it shows that our work and work of our partners gives result and is noticed also outside our company. Every year we can see that the interest in Grenton Smart Home is growing, and as you can see here, from 2016, the number of Grenton installed system is growing more than 100% every year. Customers are looking for smart home solutions, and Grenton is often becoming the first choice in many countries, in many situations. How do we work? As I said before, we are concentrated a lot on the product. So our product has to meet requirements of our customers. But very important for us is also the spread of the knowledge about the smart home. And that's why we constantly organize the trainings in-house in our customers' locations. From last year, it was more difficult, especially for the customers from abroad to come here in Poland to make trainings with us. But we hope we will come back to these forms of meeting very soon. In the meantime, we have created new online training sites. One of them you can see here on the photo. This kind of site gives us the possibility to connect with you, with our customers, to conduct practical trainings, because our trainings are concentrated on the practice. There are not the presentations, but practice and exercises. So thanks to this equipment, our trainer can interact during the programming and configuration with trainees to correct some maybe mistakes or to give some feedback, some suggestions. Before we see more about Grenton Smart Home, Piotr will tell us some information about smart home in generally and some basic requirements for smart home.
Yes, so I hope I will explain this in that clear way that you all understand. Of course, some of you have got some experience with that, so you know how it works, but each system can work slightly differently. I hope I'm gonna explain this that it explains about all systems in general and what is this smart home. So what are basic requirements for a smart home? Definitely the first part is pre-wiring. Every project requires design, and it should be done carefully. So first of all, we need to think about placement of all controllers, keypads, switches, anything what end user use for controlling devices. So we need to place all of these units and basically design the where the cable should go. Another part of pre-wiring is all equipment in the house, all sensors or all switches, all other systems. They require also wiring, and depending of the system, it could be different wiring. So the basic requirements for every smart home is wiring, and this is a first stage. After that, it will become the part where the whole hardware is installed. So all of these controllers, switches, buttons are installed on the walls. All of the equipment for automation of the house is installed usually in somewhere central place in the house. And once we have got all hardware installed, still our house is not smart, it's just full of the equipment. But what it makes this system smart is configuration, and this is a very important part. This requires experience to make very um, intuitive controlling of the house. So through the configuration process, we're trying to match all of these controllers with the hardware, and sometimes not only that, sometimes there is also involved some information from outside world, from internet, from sensors. It's all depending of the project. But these three steps are in general for all smart homes: pre-wiring, then hardware installation, and then the last stage is configuration. What that gives us, this configuration and this way of wiring. So what is a benefit of smart home? The good example would be any switch, because it could be a typical switch, not even sophisticated, glass-plated, nice, elegant. It could be typical push button switch, but this switch have multiple functionality, because all it does, it sends the command to the central processor that it's pressed or it's clicked or it's short pressed, because it knows how long it's somebody is pressing that. And then processor should receive from a programmist, from the configuration guy, what we should do with this command. So that means that in the project, we can do every function we want on this button, and we can change this functionality in future if we change decision. So it could be first, it could be a light, but if we don't like it, we can change to the blind control, for example. And that was an example of one button, but imagine on smart home, if we have got more sophisticated keypads where we have got more buttons, we have got screen, we have got sensors sometimes involved, then our functionality is big for just a single controller. So that is the just short explanation of smart home and benefits. But what is the most important? What are the most important benefits of smart home? It definitely your home will be more comfortable. It will be more flexible because we can adjust the functionality of controllers to your needs. It will be more economic because it can be connected. All sensors can give the information for other systems to change the way how they work. And it is more safe. The home wired like that and configured like that is more safe because we can involve some automation between systems. So alarm system can say to shut the roller shutters, or other systems to work in any specific place. All of these benefits make our life easier in smart home. So that's a general explanation. And how it looks like the smart home in Grenton, Marta will try to show on some examples of the products.
Of course. So having in mind what Piotr said about smart home systems in generally, here you can see some basic elements of Grenton system. So we have here the software, which is called Object Manager. And the software is used to configure and program the CLU. The CLU is the main module in Grenton system. It stores configurations and is responsible for all computing tasks, stores users' data locally. The CLU communicates and receives information from the hardware, from modules, and from the controllers. We call Grenton the truly hybrid system. What does it mean? It means that we offer the wired connection with our wired modules, but there is also the possibility of wireless. For example, in newly constructed buildings, we suggest the wired system because in those cases you can design the wiring infrastructure and make it correct for the smart home system. If you have any existing installation or you want to expand your smart home system, you can also use the Z-Wave modules. We have three types of modules in our offer. The first one are DIN rail mounted modules, like for example, roller shutters, dimmers, I/O modules, and relays and others. We have also local flash mounted modules that are wired, and the Z-Wave modules, as we have told before, also flash mounted. Piotr will show us now some examples live.
Yeah. Can you see my screen right now?
I do.
Yeah. All right. So these DIN mounted modules, and this is a good example. So on the back rear side of the module, we have got mounting for DIN rail, and we have got the part for connection TF bus, so communication between modules, and the part to communicate with external devices like lights, switches, and others. This is the mounted series. This is an example of flash mounted module, which is designed also to fit into back box. So this is a typical back box with the ring, our Grenton fixing ring. We can fit this module inside, and having the module in back box, we can fit our keypad on top of that. And that means that we have got extra functionality depending of the module just behind the touch panel. This is an example of the Z-Wave module, also locally installed. But the most important from the end user point are controllers. So the Grenton controllers, we have got a couple of products like 4-button one. I'm not sure that's gonna be visible. On the smaller picture, you can see the areas of 4 buttons. So that is the 4-button. We have got 8-button keypad, and we have got also smart panel, which is same functionality, but has got also LED screen. All of these controllers has got built-in temperature sensors, and also they have got built-in light level sensors. These panels are also available in different finishing that will be
we'll see it later.
Later, also. Exactly, yeah. And also engraving is possible. So this is an overview of the products, how they look in real. I think we can continue with presentation. Yes.
So as we have seen, the modules that guarantee us functionalities, we can control those functionalities on, for example, the smart panel, as Piotr showed us, in very elegant and flexible way. So our system guarantees a lot of functionalities, like, for example, outdoor control with gates, alarms, HVAC system that can be controlled from Grenton. You can manage windows with roller shutters or blinds, some household appliances, or of course, lighting control. All those functionalities you can control also from My Grenton app. And we offer this mobile app for free. So you can control your home locally, but also remotely. For example, if you go out from home and you forget if you turned off the light, or you want to control the state of alarm, you can do it from your smart home whenever you are. So you have the situation under control everywhere. All the functionalities that we have seen can be applied not only in individual houses or apartments, but also in multiple apartments, in hotels, offices, or, for example, industrial facilities. What all those buildings require to be ready for Grenton Smart Home system is the proper wiring infrastructure. Peter will show us more about it.
Okay, so how it looks like smart home from the wiring point of view. Maybe it would be good to start how it looks like typical not smart house. So in the place where we have got consumer unit, all fuses, all wires from the house, we have got grouped sockets. However, they are connected through one wire. So that means that we cannot control them individually. And how much sockets are in one group, it's depending, of course, of the project. It could be one floor, it could be one room, but still we cannot control them individually. The same is with the lighting. Uh, of course, we can control them individually from local controllers, but the power which is delivered to these all circuits are through the one single cable from consumer unit. So that means that we cannot control individually them from central place. We need to go to all individual keypads, buttons to control. And that is how typical electricity in the house looks like. In smart home, we got different situation because the all controllers we connect through the one wire altogether, and the information what button we pressed is going through this communication wire to the central position. The other connections are all lighting fixtures and sockets. However, we wired them individually. So electric cable has to go to each circuit individually. Depending of the output, because sometimes it's not 230 volts, it could be some motors or something different, 24, 12 volt or 12 volt. It might be needed different cable. However, main cables for outlets and lamps are individually run. Same is with inputs. We can involve some typical electrical switches, push buttons, and we can still run smart home on them. We can involve sensors, and we need specific cable to each sensor. And we can also do this way that the house is partly smart ready, I would say. So when the project is finished, for example, ground floor is already fully smart, but because there is no enough budget, on first floor, it was done only pre-wiring. So if the end user decide on after 2 or 3 years to make the first floor smart, then we have got pre-wiring. This is why it is so important to make a project first, design of the wiring. So once we have got all equipment connected, then maybe I should add as well that if the project is very complex and big, we can connect systems together. We can expand the systems. So one processor can handle up to 48 modules. If this is not enough, even this is very big system, then we can connect another processor and another 48 modules. We can connect multiple processors together, so the project could be really huge. And the most important is that all these processors are seen as a one single system. So any input from the processor number 1 can control any output from a processor number, for example, 15. Also, it's possible to run a couple of the systems, but independently. So that means that if we have got another house, maybe a summer house or maybe an office somewhere, and we want to control them as well remotely, we can do it. We can control all these systems remotely from one interface. I would like you to show now how it looks like the wired typical. Can you see my screen right now?
Yes.
Yeah. The typical, not big, but the consumer unit, which is wired up. So this is our main processor. We have got power supply, 24 volts. We supply the power basically from the mains. So that is 230 volts. After that, we supply the CLU, and our TF bus communication goes through these tapes. It is very fast to connect them. This is a unique product in Grenton that you don't need to prepare cables to connect the communication. It is a click tape, which is very fast to install. And if we have got more modules, you require more rows, then we have a longer tape like that, and we move to the next tape. And it goes through all the modules, and then another tape, which is going to the next module. Here, the last one, if this is the last one, we should terminate that. But I left one space just to show you how we can add and expand the system easily. So we just click another module, and all we need to do is just take this tape, put on the socket, and clicked in. Now I have got another module connected. Of course, the other part which we have to do is the wiring for all outputs. So if this is lighting or other sockets, roller shutters, anything like that, it has to be wired in typical way. So that is how it looks, a consumer unit. On the very end module, we should have a bus module, and from there we connect our Grenton cable, or it could be also a typical UTP cable, Cat5 or Cat6. But our cable is dedicated to that system because it has got bigger gauge for the power line. For the communication to the controllers, we need 2 wires for power and 1 twisted pair for communication. So altogether 4 wires goes to the all controllers on site. So this controller could be our 8-button keypad. It has got on the rear side the connectors. So we connect to that another end of the cable. And if we have got more modules or touch panels, we go to the next one in serial. This communication TF bus in Grenton is based on RS485 protocol, and it is in serial. So this is the overview how it looks like a distribution panel. And let me go further. Stop sharing.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
However, the modules are usually a point of interest all engineers or electricians, because this is a functionality of the house from engineering point of view. Completely different situation is for the end user, because of course he agreed the functionality of the house, but what he can see every day is not modules. He see the controllers, and that is something what Marta explained, how flexible, how nice, elegant, and
useful.
Yeah.
Exactly. As Piotr told, the end user sees the smart home from another point of view. The end user, the customer, is interested in having functionalities, and we want to have them a lot in our houses normally, with a lot of light circuits and many devices to control to have our life easier. So that's why to control all those things, we need a lot of controllers. In the classical version, it looks like this, and we have a lot of switches all over the house. But customers have become also more demanding about aesthetics. That's why Grenton have thought about a solution for this with our wide range of touch panels. So you can have on the one hand a lot of functionalities controlled in this panel, but also the aesthetics and elegance that is very important. So depending on how many functionalities do we need to control, we can choose from our 4-button touch panel with the possibility, of course, of icons engravement here on the touch panel. So for example, if we have the room where we have to only control the lighting and, for example, roller shutters, we can use this touch panel. In spaces where we have more functionalities, more things to control, we can use our 8-button, also with the possibility of custom engraving. Or for example, Grenton Smart Panel, which has multiple pages and this OLED screen in the center that is freely programmed. Also, we can choose from very wide range of finishing because our smart panels, you can choose in glass, white or black, but touch panels, you can choose them in glass or, for example, in leather and wood finishing. That is lately very requested and very trendy. For a moment, I would like to stop also on this product, on our smart panel, because this is very unique product on the market. This small panel has the temperature and light sensor, like our touch panels also, but it has the OLED screen in the middle that, as I said before, can be freely programmed. And also the smart panel has the gesture control. So with the hand gesture, we can change the pages of the smart panel. And on the first page, for example, we can have the control of lighting or, for example, roller shutters. On the second page, we can put the thermostat and we can control the temperature. On the third page, for example, we can display some information from the internet about the traffic jam, about the weather. There is also the possibility to have some notifications on the smart panel, for example, about the water leak or about any other event that we are interested to have to be informed about can be displayed on the smart panel. We will see some practical examples of smart panel and of its functions in the practice part when Piotr will show us some samples. Now Piotr will show us some information about system configuration, and we will pass to the practical part.
Yeah, so system configuration. First thing I would like to mention is that Grenton designed that software to be available on all platforms. So if you are a PC user or Mac user or Linux user, you can run this software natively. And this is just one software for all configuration. So if we involved into our system mobile applications, visuals part, still this is same software. So all users have got the software free to download on website, and the software is designed in that way that all people, not programists, can do the configuration. So even somebody who is not really technical, not have any experience with other systems, he can do the configuration. This is because the configuration is through the clicking way, I would say. So you don't need to type commands. You just choose the functions and connect them, I would say. Even more advanced programming, which involves conditionals, which involves some sophisticated features, still it can be done through the graphical way. So you don't need to know any commands in low-level language. However, if you are a programmer, you can take some benefits of that because first of all, you can do some things much faster through the text mode. And also you can develop some integrations with other systems. So definitely there is a benefit for advanced, very advanced features if you are a programmer. Let me share the screen again so you can see our tool uh, to go through all of this functionality of the system, not all, but some of them, just to give you an overview. Can you see, Marta?
Yes, yes, I
Okay,
think we
I
can
asked
see
Marta, so
all.
I know that everybody can see the screen. So this is our training case, which involves some of our modules, which has got functionality for the some areas of smart home, like lighting. This is a part of the lighting. We have got LED RGBW strip here, and we have got dimmable light. We have got just switch on and off light. Here is an example of controlling smart home and all of these products through the typical push button switch. So this is not Grenton product. We just showed that we can do it through the typical electrical push button switches. Also, we have got our 8-button keypad to show that this is a different product if we want more functionality. Also, we have got smart panel here, and I will show all these functionalities. And we have got multiple push buttons for some events. On base of that, I show you how works our software. Software looks like that. And the most important area is a list of our devices. It is worth to mention that whole this list of the devices is very easy to implement because we don't need to even configure them. We don't need to create this part on our own. We just click on CLU Discovery tool, which as long as the modules are connected through the TF bus and all touch panels, all the system is connected together, then the list creates for us. And of course, after that, we can adjust this list so it's more familiar for programming. So we change the names, we create groups, and we can deal with that easier. For that part, we have got few tabs here. So this is the list of all products, but we can display only inputs, for example. So that tab is for inputs only, or we can display only outputs, or what is most important, we can create containers and we can assign these products to the container. So that means that if we have got multiple rooms in the house, we can create these rooms, names, and then put equipment under the room. It's just easier to navigate. So this is the area for organizing the project. This area is for functionality of the system. And we will go through that during at least some of them during that part of programming. Maybe shortly about this part. Okay, of course, file is as usual for save project, changing the name for as a save as different project. But the important part is tools where we can have a few extra functionality like firmware update, like smart diagrams, which shows us the connections between all of this equipment. So some important and in more debugging stuff is within the tools area. Okay, how it looks like the very simple programming. If we choose from the list of the devices any specific button, so this is a keypad, 8-button keypad. The button number 1, which is this area, we have got in software here. If I double click on that, we have got the window which will pop up, which is called Object Properties. This is where we create the functionality for that button. So if we go to the Events tab, we have got the functionality under the specific row, which explains how we press this button. Because we can press this very shortly, like on click, or we can press it long. If we press the button long, then we can release different function. So that is something what gives us better and bigger functionality. How it works in real, let's swap again to the case because the example program is here. So let's press the first button. So first button is just programmed to switch on and off the light. If we have dimmable light, let's switch it on. If we have got dimmable light, we can have the same functionality like for the on-off lighting. However, if we press and hold the button, we can achieve smoothly rising the light level, or the other way, if I press and hold, it goes lower. Once we release that, that stays on this level. So that's a first example of a different function for hold. On third button, we have got LED strip, and we can also do the same way of dimming like on the second button. So if I press longer, the light goes lower. How long it does, it depends what we configure in our software. It could be anything like 1 second, 10 seconds. It's up to you. The fourth button is the same for the same lighting. However, different functionalities is for hold. So if I press and hold, I can change a color. Maybe you won't be able to see this very well on the camera, but it is just during the same time which I specified in the program, changing the color. I'm gonna show this in the program later. On fifth button, I have an example that I can do the same lighting, but I can involve more functionality like Extractor Fan. So imagine that we have got a bathroom. When we have got Extractor Fan, we want to switch on the light in the bathroom, but immediately we want to run Extractor Fan. How long it's gonna work? Again, it is a configuration, so it's up to you what you specify in the program. Also, on the same keypad, we can involve whole house functionality. The most common function for that is the whole house off. So let's switch on the lights everywhere. Yes. And press button 6. Slowly everything is shutting down, and also there was indication that electric blind go down. So we can involve under one button all functionality we would do manually if we leave the house, for example. What is even more, we can, instead of the button, or additionally apart the button, we can do it through the alarm system. So if there is an alarm system, not Grenton one, but we integrated this alarm system, so when it's armed, everything in the house should go to off. Maybe not everything, but lightings, maybe some sockets, maybe iron socket, because that's make our house safe. And also the roller blinds, they all go down. So when you arm your alarm, you don't need to think about did you leave something on. It just will do for you system. And the last two buttons are the electric blinds. So here is indicating that the blind goes up or down. If you have a look here, maybe on the part where is the smart panel, every button has got a little LED. It looks better on this panel, but here on eight buttons panel, also we have got LED for each button. We have got a feedback here. So if I have got extra controllers for these electric blinds and I press go down, the indicator shows up that the blind goes down. If I press up, the indicator shows that it goes up. So we can configure everything to be synchronized. This is about the smart touch panel. Let's swap for the moment for programming part to show you all this functionality, how it's done in software. So we have got these buttons here, all 8 buttons. Button 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let's choose one of them which was doing more functions, maybe this house off. So let's double click on house off. The object properties comes up. In the same event tab, which I showed previously, we have got the list. What should happen if we click? So if we click, we do all of this functionality. If we want extra functionality for on hold of this button, maybe switch on everything, all you need to do, just click plus and add the function we want. How we do it? We have got the same list here, like here. So from that list, we choose what we want to do. Maybe easier it will be to find through the outputs, because we want to choose something to switch on. It could be kitchen lamp. If I choose this kitchen lamp to switch and I accept, I can upload that and you will see this functionality will be there. So look how easy it is to change functionality after even few years of living, somebody will find that, okay, that doesn't work for me. This button would be more convenient to do other things. You don't need to rewire anything. You just change the software. So now our house off, which was, let's switch on these two lights, 3 lights, and we switch all of this off. If I press and hold, then I switch on the light. So now I'm going to explain how it works. This button, which is not Grenton, this switch is just double push button switch. In the software, this is connected to input module here. So we have got 8 inputs. On the list of the inputs, we have got key left. This is a key left. If I double click on that, you will see the same object properties window and the same event tab. That's where we have got this functionality. And we have got this exactly in the same way how it was done in the touch panel. So all you need just to add the function for the pressing type. If you press shortly, it's on click. If you press long, that's on hold. And there are some others also functionalities, which I'm not gonna cover now because that's a part of the training program. But here is just an overview. System is really flexible and we can achieve a lot of functions from just the single or double switch. So that is how it's how we can program easily these keypads. Let's go now to the touch panel, smart panel, which is much more sophisticated because has got extra pages. What doesn't mean pages? That means that a part of the 4 buttons you can see here, we can change the functionality of this smart panel through, let's say, gesture sensor. Let's say, because we can change in other ways, but I will show you an example of gesture control. If I move my hand left, I have a first page where I can control lighting. The same way how it was done here. Even I have got this feedback on LED when I press. If I move my hand right, I have another page, different functionality. So I can now move my roller shutters up or down, or I can run the fan. It's depending what we prefer. If I the gesture sensor is 4 ways: left, right, up, and down. So I have got another one. If I go up, I have got thermostat, and this is a very nice point. I will show you how it works. Here we have got indication of the system HVAC control. Is it heating or cooling? Let's presume in kitchen we have got kitchen heating. Let's make it clear. You can see all these parts. Kitchen. So let's switch on this. And look, on the bottom, I have got the, let's go to manual mode. I have got the temperature, which I desire. And on top, I have got the actual temperature. If I made it big, higher than 29, 22, and 9, the heating start. And that is additional functionality on the same panel where we have got kitchen lights controlling and others. So you can see already that we have got quite a few functionality on just 3 pages right now. Within this thermostat, we can change the zones. So it doesn't need to be only kitchen. It could be also other rooms. Here we have got bedroom AC. Let's switch it on. And we have got in bedroom 20 desired. Sorry, it's when I'm moving my hand, sometimes I change the page. I have got 20 degrees, 24 desired, and 22 and 8 current temperature. So if I move my desired temperature below, it starts cooling. Now I will show you a trick, because we have got a temperature sensor next to the lamp here, which make a heat. Look at the temperature here, how it grows up when I switch on a sun. Let's say this is a sun, because it changed the temperature. Sorry, it's actually is here 23, 24. So we still cooling because the temperature is high. But let's move to temperature, let's say 23 and 2, and let's wait the temperature goes below. We have got still cooling. Oh, sorry. We have got still cooling. Go slowly down. It's gonna go slow. So maybe I'm not gonna wait that long. So I prefer to show you some more things. Basically, let's put the temperature higher, and you can see that the cooling stopped. So thermostats are another function on the same smart panel. We have got one more, not one, but another function. We can have a feedback what happens with the garage gate or any other things. Here I have got sensor for garage gate. When I press, it is open. So it can tell us as well the state of some devices in the house. Let's close. The garage gate is closed. At the moment, I've been controlling this all through my gesture of the hand, but it doesn't need to be my involvement if something happens. Here I have got the water leak sensor, which when I press, it will pretend that it's a water leak in the house. Look, let's zoom it out slightly. If I press it now, time of draw, kitchen. I'm not sure this is this program. Let me upload, because I've been playing with this software before. So it might happen that I didn't add this function, but yes, it is. So now we have got a water leak, which shows on the panel that it is water leak, and even more, if you can hear, it's beeping and it's flashing. That tells us that there is something strange in the house. All of that is configurable. So this is so flexible, and even if you need more functionality and you are more familiar with programming, you can extend the panel to much more than 4 pages. But 4 pages as a standard gives you 16 buttons. So you have got 4 buttons, 16 pages. That gives you 16 buttons, and each button has got couple of functionality, because it could be on click, on hold, on long press, on short press, etc. So imagine how much functions you can do. Now, I would like to show you how easy is programming of the mobile application. I have got already one programmed here. However, let me add another page to show you that it's so easy to program. Another page we're gonna call kitchen. And if I want to add just one button to show you how to do it, one light which is in kitchen lamp, all I do is drag and drop that function and accept functionality on off. That's there. If we want to change the name, we can change this top, for example. If we want to change icon, we can change icon. That's how you configure the button. Any more buttons, you just drag and drop. If this is fan, that's the fan. We can find the icon for the fan. And you will see how easy it is to upload this to the system. So that's fun. If we click send my Grenton interface, we will generate QR code. Let me take my phone. And on my phone, I go to Grenton application and add new interface, scan QR code. I wait for that code. Sometimes it takes longer, especially during webinars where I run a lot of software and cameras and everything. So that's why it took so long. I scan this and I have got this functionality. First page and second, which I created. So maybe better to show here. Kitchen, fan, you can hear. And this is also available remotely. All you need to do is enable the cloud connection, but I think I have got enabled this already. So let's see if I switch off my Wi-Fi. Yeah, so now it's on LTE. You can see there is no Wi-Fi. No, so I have not enabled. Let me do it. Kitchen, lights, connection type. There is a local connection. I need to change to the cloud connection. Okay. Connected to the system. Another part, if it's not working, I might not enable cloud connection in the software. Sorry if I did it. Let's go to software, CLU, double click on CLU. Embedded features. And let's scroll down. Use cloud, false. I'm sorry, it should be true. Okay, upload. And now let's wait. At least you can see that this wasn't a fake. I am not connected through Wi-Fi. I had to change software to enable this function. Okay, now connecting. Let's switch it on again. Grenton, fine. Now I have got it. Kitchen, on off, fun. It's working. Also on the app, we can have some more sophisticated features like LED. It creates for us the sliders with the color, saturation, brightness. So that's easy to control. Even for thermostat, I can schedule things through the mobile app. So in the schedule, I can edit that schedule and create some conditions for the weekdays, weekends, depending what we need for the night or day time. So that's how works the mobile application. Now also I would like to show something what my like more advanced features, more advanced people in programming, because I will show you quickly how works the conditional programming. Under CLU, we have got scripts. We're gonna add a script here. And we're gonna call this script maybe light level on panel. And we're gonna create now the example that if the light level is lower than now, or if there is the light level like now, there is the light automatically the bulb switches on. And if I use my torch to make more light, just for demonstration, you will see that the same automation will switch off this light. Let's do it quickly. So you can see that I don't need to do any programming. It is only configurable through the graphical mode. First, I need to check the light level on the keypad. So I double click. I go to the embedded features and I can see that my environment now is around 40. Let's take a torch. With the torch is around 90. Okay, so I think 50 will be a good example to make a border. Action, not action, condition. I add condition. So this is a graphical part. I go to this light level sensor and I adjust the value that if it's higher than 50, then I need to add action. So if it's higher than 50, then I want kitchen lamp off because it's a daylight. So it is true. If this if the light is above 50, the kitchen lamp should be off. However, if the light is lower, let's switch on the same lighting. I need to connect this to that conditional because this is what the system gonna do? If the lighting is above 50, switch off the lamp. If it's not true, then switch on. Now I need to add this script to the sensor. So in the event of these light level changes, then we release the script we have made, and that's it. We should have light level on panel. We should have it done now. Let's upload. I think the lamp will should go on immediately after upload because the light level is lower than 50. It does, yeah. And now my two hands, so I'm not switching on anything. I just gonna switch on my torch on light level, and now kitchen lamp goes off. That's an example of very easy conditional, which is giving nice functionality and showing the benefit of light level in the panel. With the same panel, we have got temperature sensor. If I double click on that, you will see the value of that temperature here, 21 and 2. So that is about programming in graphical mode. As I mentioned before, the text mode is also available. The whole conditioner is that short. If you are fluent with this, with the programming, then you can type functionality and it's just faster. For last thing I would like to mention, our CLU also has got a global variables. So these global variables we can create as a string, number, and booleans. This, with involvement of this conditional logic, gives us a huge possibility to do very sophisticated functionality in smart home. That's an overview of the whole software. I hope you have seen this interesting, and you can see how flexible is that, how flexible is a smart panel, how easy is in fact this programming. And I hope this show you that the Grenton system is really a smart home. Marta will show you now some examples of smart home, and not only homes. So that will give you an idea also that it could be not only smart home, but also some commercial buildings.
Okay, thank you, Piotr. Yeah. Do you see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, you wanted to add something? Because I've interrupted.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Okay, so thank you, Piotr. You have showed us a lot of practical examples. Let's see some samples, as you told, of our smart homes, and not only. The first is the classical case that I would like to share with you of a smart home system in a private villa of 250 square meters, where the full set of Grenton products was installed. The Grenton controls lighting with different scenes, configurations, and blinds. In this case, also the audio-video system, and full HVAC automation. Everything is controlled from the app and from our smart panels. The other example I would like to share with you are three modern residential buildings lately built in Wrocław, here in Poland. There are 156 apartments with Grenton system available to all residents. So Grenton controls heating and security, but every apartment has the smart home ready installation prepared for the expansion. So if the owner of the house wants to have more functionalities, he can ask the installer to expand the installation, the smart home. Another example is the commercial space. This is Hula Kula in Warsaw, the entertainment space of more than 6,000 square meters, where Grenton controls all lighting with 250 RGB circuits with 4 CLU. The last example is the factory hall of automatic car washes in Szczecin, 5,000 square meters, where Grenton controls all lighting, emergency and evacuation lighting system, and boiler room security system. The cases that I'm presenting you here show how wide are the implementation of the Grenton system. So it depends on the requirements, but the possibilities are very wide. If you want to learn more, we invite you to visit, of course, our website, grenton.com, or to contact us directly on our email. Piotr, I don't know if you have followed, if there are some questions during the
was
webinar.
one question about our software. Is it free? Yes, it is free to download for all platforms, as I said before. You just go to our download section on website, and you've got much more data there as well. You can download manual, you can learn from that manual some specific things in our system, all for free. So if you want, please do it. We have got, I think, another. Can we program the system remotely? Oh, we can do it through the VPN connection. However, it's not fully functional at this point. The CLU discovery might be something which is not fully working. What does it mean? So if you have got system already implemented and ready to work, then you can do any changes in software. However, if you need to change the specification of the products, so you add some modules, then you need to do it not through VPN. But if you need to add product, you have to go on site anyway. So that's one way. The other way is the in this time, the computers, laptops are so on budget price that you can even presume one laptop for the system, have it on site, have TeamViewer on any other LogMeIn software, and this can be connected to the system. You can do then everything you want remotely. Any other question? They are, however, let's say, is it possible to translate up into Czech? No, at the moment we've got English and Polish. However, no, sorry, I think I'm wrong. The app is running the language depending of your settings on the phone. So it should be in Czech language. However, of course, the names like kitchen lamp, etc., that's what you configure. So if you do it in Czech, then it will be Czech. language. So I think the answer is the mobile app should be in different language.
Yes, you were thinking about the object manager that is in English, Polish, but the app, the names that you put in the app can be in different languages.
Before that question was one. Okay, in terms of the catalog of price list, then please drop us an email to the webinar at Grenton.com. If you're interested in partnership, then definitely we can discuss and give you some data like that, like price lists. Could it possible to have the recording on the webinar? I think this webinar will be it is recorded, so it will be available on YouTube channel in the playlist area. You have got available the old one, previous webinar there. However, I am not sure now. Do we replace that one as a new, or we add this one? However, it will be available. The system have the VPN server, not the system. You need to set this on the router. So the local network where is connected the Grenton processor and the system need the VPN connection through the router to be able to connect. 48 I/O modules can be connected to one CLU of 40 inputs and outputs in case of smart home melee inputs. Inputs in case of smart panel. How many inputs, outputs are there? I'm not sure. What do you mean? Let me focus. Okay, if you ask about how many inputs and outputs we interpret as for smart panel, I don't know that, so I won't be able to tell you that. However, don't think that because we have got multiple functionality on smart panel, it could be like 120 inputs on one smart panel. No, it's not gonna be that many. You can connect quite a few smart panels to each processor. And of course, as I mentioned, you can extend the system if it's over capacity. So other CLU is connected through the LAN.
So we have a lot of new questions.
I think it's coming.
I
yes.
think we have. Yes.
Maybe
we will answer them also after the webinar. We will send you the email about all the requests.
Yep.
So if you have any other questions, you can send them here or to our email address, grenton@grenton.com.
Maybe the last question, because
yes.
we have got, can we integrate the video systems? I'm not sure, do you mean video like a CCTV into the app, or you mean video like audio video systems? But both answers are yes. So we can. Yeah, I think you've got details to us. Please use it if you have got further questions. We will go through also all questions again through this chat. So if I found that there is something not answered, we will contact with you. And just in case live, so it's not gonna be answered, please remind us. But we will do our best to answer.
So thank you very much for your attention.
We leave this last page for a few minutes so you can you can take details of us. And you're very welcome to next webinar. The date is not set yet, but it might be anything between 2 or 4 weeks. The content will be similar. However, any people who are interested, who are listening this, and they are interested as a partner, you can share this link to webinars to other people, so they are interested in product, they can contact with you if you are our dealer or distributors, because we have got on this webinar also our partners. So hello for all of you. And thank you again for the time. We're
Thank
gonna
you.
leave this page.
Okay, thank you.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.